Hello to all the Cancerians out there. This is going to be a reading for January 30th through February 5th. You may see it at a later time. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And without further ado, we're going to see what's coming up here for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. All right, my darlings, we're going to get right on into it. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit closer. And the first card we have coming here for the collective is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands can be a time in which we're getting our fire back. We're getting our passion back. So if you've been feeling a little lackluster lately, you may be coming into a time where you feel like, okay, I'm getting my energy back. The energies have been really intense lately, really intense. We've had some pretty intense lunar cycles, and you all are very sensitive to lunar energy, to moon energy. And so maybe for some of you, you've been kind of feeling like just really weighed down, and you might feel like the energy is starting to lift and feel a little bit lighter, and you might be feeling like you're more energetic, or you're more enthusiastic, or even optimistic here for some of you here with this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands can also be a card that comes up when there is some divinely gifted opportunity that has made its way to us, and we're being encouraged to seize that opportunity, to take advantage of it. So there could be something that I don't want to say you're skeptical about it, but you might think, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal, or I don't know, maybe I'm not going to put my energy into this, and you might think it's kind of like, small potatoes or something, and you're like, well, I'll hold out for something bigger, or I'll hold out for something that's like more of a big deal. But what you don't realize is that this is an opportunity that's going to grow, that's going to evolve into bigger and better things. For some of you, it could be linking you to better contacts, better opportunities, networking in some kind of way. So don't be quick to dismiss this or to turn it away because you think it's not that big of a deal. There could be something that's being gifted here to you in a divine way that is bringing about opportunity for bigger changes and bigger opportunities. The next card that's coming up here for the collective is the Seven of Cups. And what did I say? This Ace of Wands could be opening a lot of different doors. It could be bringing you a lot of different opportunities. And so Seven of Cups is definitely in alignment with that. Seven of Cups is a lot of opportunities. Seven of Cups is a lot of choices. So this is something that is going to open the door to more than one opportunity here with this Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups can even come in with the sense of where we feel like we're dreaming, like we're kind of in awe, like, is this really happening? So this could be a really good time of big change, okay? I also feel a sense here of like changing direction, right? So this could be something like a career change. This could be something that's getting your foot in the door to an area you've always been interested in, but you didn't know how to get into it. There's this divine opportunity. There's like just things falling into place where you're manifesting a connection into a field or into an area that you just didn't know how you were gonna get into. For some of you, this could even be something in terms of like a recreation. So what do I mean about that? There could be something that you've always wanted to do that you thought would be really fun, but like it could be something that's seen as very exclusive, and somehow like you're landing these passes or these tickets to this very exclusive thing. For whatever reason, I haven't thought about this in ages. I even forgot it existed because I'm not in LA anymore. Although there may be other locations and other states. I'm not sure. But there was the Magic Castle in Los Angeles, which was like a fun little dinner and like magician show. But you had to be invited to go, and you had to be invited by like one of the magicians. So it's like, well, what are the chances you're gonna know one of the magicians? So it's kind of hard to get passes. And then they're like, oh well, you can come if you're a member, and like to be a member, it's like really expensive. It's like thousands of dollars for like a membership for the year to go to the dinners and the shows. And so it was like, if somebody knew someone that could get passes, like that was a big deal. It's like, oh, I've got an in, I've got a connection, I've got somebody that can get us tickets to go to the dinner and the show, And so it could be something like that, something where it's like an exclusive club, or like it's an exclusive thing where like you have to be invited into it. You might be getting some kind of invitation, or like scoring some kind of passes to something exclusive. That could just be purely for entertainment, purely for recognition, recreation. I do feel this here for some of you. For some of you, it could be getting like a job opportunity at something like that, like getting to perform at some kind of exclusive venue or exclusive club. If you're somebody who is in like the entertainment industry or performing, maybe for you it's not getting in terms of enjoying the show, but like being in the show here for some of you. The next card coming up here for the Cancerian Collective is the Five of Pentacles. Now this is interesting because we have all this positive stuff, and then we're in the Five of Pentacles, and we're like, well, the Five of Pentacles doesn't sound like much fun. The Five of Pentacles seems like a scary time of like lack, or like wandering lost. But Five of Pentacles can come up with the sense where we may be going into a career change, or we may be going into self-employment during uncertain economic climate that could be affecting how quickly the profit comes in, or how quickly the success comes in, right? And so the Five of Pentacles sometimes for me in my readings comes up when somebody is working on self-employment or working on a career change. And the Five of Pentacles comes up to say for me in my readings, you're going to be successful in this endeavor. You're going to pull it off, and you'll come into abundance. But these changes are happening for you during a time where there's factors in the economy that are going to affect the situation, that there's factors in the field that are going to affect the situation. You can't just say, well, I'm going to work really hard, I'm going to hustle, I'm going to grind, I'm going to set the intention, I'm going to manifest, and I'm going to make it happen super fast. There are external factors that are going to affect the situation. We can't just will and rapid manifest our way around it. There are some real world factors that will affect how quickly the money comes in, how quickly the abundance comes in. And so the Five of Pentacles comes up in these situations in my readings to say, you're going to be successful making this transition. But in the meantime, you need to know that you're going to have to budget your money. And you're going to have to maybe even make certain sacrifices as you're making this transition, or as you're making this change. This isn't the time for really big, really risky financial risks or gambles, right? For example, you might be going into something where you might have to spend some money. You might have to put money into certification or training or equipment. And the Five of Pentacles is saying, look, do it at a slower pace. Do it at a pace where you're not breaking the bank, because it's going to take some time for that money to come back. It's going to take some time to get to the level where you need to be. So this isn't the time for super risky things. When we invest, we're going to invest conservatively. When we spend money, we're going to spend money conservatively, because it's going to take some time. And that's one of the things you're going to have to keep in mind as you're going through this transition and as you're working towards, getting into a new type of work or, getting a business off the ground. You're going to have to be wise with what you're doing with your resources and with your assets, right? There's so much about the law of attraction and manifesting, and we do manifest, but we have to also be logical that we live in a physical world, in a physical realm. Yes, we create our reality, but sometimes there's going to be factors. Sometimes there's going to be other external factors that can contribute to how quickly things happen or how quickly things come in, right? If I'm sitting here and I'm manifesting in my mind that I'm going to have an elephant in my living room, I'm not just going to go to sleep and wake up the next morning with an elephant in my living room just magically. It's not going to happen. Maybe I can manifest an elephant in my living room, but there's going to be external things that have to happen for that to happen. It's not just going to materialize out of thin air, like it got, teleported into my living room like Star Trek. It's not going to happen that way. Maybe I can manifest somehow owning an elephant, but there are logical, real world factors that would go into that happening, right? And so sometimes the Five of Pentacles comes up in this way in my readings. You will be successful, but you have to be reasonable about the time frame, and you have to manage your finances accordingly so that it's not scary, so that this isn't a scary transition for you, so that it's the least amount of stress possible, because you're ready for it, you're prepared for it, and you're maneuvering it in a way where you're being safe. You're being safe, and you're planned for it, and you're able to make this transition smoothly. The next card coming up here for the collective is the Death card. This could be Scorpio energy. If you have Scorpio placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That might be a very significant soulmate or very significant person during this transition or as you're going through this transition. If you don't know a Scorpio, or if you don't have Scorpio placements, Death card could be telling us that you're coming into a time where the old things are ending. You're not going to go back to them. You're coming into a new chapter. You're coming into a new life, a new way of doing things. And there's very much, with Scorpio energy, that sense of the phoenix rising from the ashes. Scorpio is oftentimes referred to as the phoenix rising from the ashes. And so there could be a sense of like reinvention here. Reinventing yourself, coming back bigger, coming back better, coming back into a situation where you can really shine and really be seen and really do things that you're passionate or excited about. I feel here there's something here in like putting your natural gifts and talents to use. For some of you, it may be coming into a more creative endeavors or more creative field or more creative work, or making a name for yourself in something that is very near and dear to your heart, or something that you're very passionate about. So I feel like a sense of being seen, being recognized for these talents or these passions that you have. You might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There is a playlist in the description of this video that will take you to the other videos on the channel. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of this video that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.